Hi, welcome. I was supposed to come on a second ago, and my husband walked in the door, and the dogs were barking like crazy. So I apologize if I gave you a little bit of sweating, Miss Cheryl, Mama Peas. I was supposed to be on at 2:28. So I'm excited today. Oops, we are doing a fun event. It's called the Patchwork of Friendship. And there are 12 different creatives today, another 12 later in this month that are going to be exchanging 12 by 12 panels. Could be fabric, could be whatever it is. So the challenge is what Mama Peas, she's hosting this event inside of the Crafty Bunch. She came up with this idea and she said, it's not about fabric, it's about friendship. So it's about us getting to know other creatives and creating something in our style for them specifically. So that was super fun. And this is definitely a stretch for me. And I wanted to go ahead and do this just because it is something that's a little bit different. Hey, Michelle. Michelle from My Shellbell Creations is on after me. And so there's all day long. You can go inside of the Crafty Bunch and follow all of the creatives. This is going to be something super fun. And I think, if not entertaining, it will definitely be inspirational. Each one of us are so unique and so different. Hey, Estella. And I think it's going to be super, super fun. So again, all of the videos will be inside the Crafty Bunch. So you can follow everyone, just refresh. It's going to be all day long. Yeah, eek, I know. It's definitely a stretch. I am not a seamstress, sewer in the slightest. But hey, Lindy. Hey, girl. Lindy's going to be doing this too in our group. Hey, Lori. Finally got to catch you live. Yeah, I know. I'm so glad you did. So I have sewn periodically. I remember I went through a spell. My grandmother was a very good seamstress. She would design my clothes from scratch. She would take other pieces of clothing and rip it apart. And every time I see those TikToks where people are creating stuff and like, hi Cheryl, I don't know if you guys watch T. Myers, Handmade by T. Myers on Facebook. She thrifts and then she takes all of these different fabrics. Hey, Callie. And she makes unique clothing. I have a friend that I met. She used to follow me, or I guess she still follows me maybe. And I actually got to meet her in Colorado, and she had this, I can't remember what it was. It was jeans and something else. And I was like, hey, that reminds me of T. Myers on YouTube. And she said, yes, I watch her. That's where I got the idea from. I do a lot of stuff like that. So I like to watch these sewing things, and I think about my grandmother, and I think about how much she would have loved. And she was so creative. She could do anything. She would do home decor stuff. Hey, I miss you too, Callie. Good afternoon, Rhonda. Thank you for watching. Hey, Nyla and Carol, Capri. So this is a stretch. And I remember a few years ago, I got into this kick. I redid my son's room and I made curtains and I did Roman shades for our house and I did all of these things. But then I've shied away from it for so many years. And a couple of years ago, my daughter and I took a quilting class and I didn't think she would want to do it. We had so much fun. So I made a quilt and I gave it to my mother-in-law. She made a quilt and she gave it to her grandmother. Hey, Sue, thank you for sprinkling, guys. So when Cheryl brought this up, I said, I want to do it, even though it scares me, especially to do it live in front of someone. But you know what? Sometimes you have to do the things that scare you in order to stretch you. You'll learn from our mistakes, maybe. You will learn, what to do, what not to do, what you like, what you don't like. Maybe you'll try this. So we have to do something in our style for another person. And each month we're going to make a different block, a 12 by 12 block for another creative. So this month, no pressure, no pressure. My block is for Mama P, Cheryl. And oh my gosh. And then my next month, I thought I got two master creatives back to back. Like, they're all master creatives, let's be honest, right? So anyway, so this is what I did. I started thinking, how can I do this? I don't want to make a standard quilt, but I do want to do fabric. I wanted to use fabric. You could use paint. You could use anything you wanted. And I wanted to sew it because it was going to be different and stretching. Yes, Lisa, this is going to be fun. I really believe so. So I did what I do. I went thrifting Thursday, and I went to a Goodwill that I haven't gone to in a very long time with my daughter. And you admire us doing these live projects. Yeah, it's like not for the faint at heart, right? Hey, Heidi. So I thrifted. I didn't even know we had Goodwill bins. I thought the closest Goodwill bins to us was in Nashville, and I've yet to go into a Goodwill bin. And let me tell you, it was a little bit sketchy. I didn't know what the deal was. I didn't even know what the prices were. I didn't know what to do. But I love thrifting, and so I thought, okay, Mama P likes pink, and she likes cream, and she likes pale blue. So I went to Hobby Lobby first, and I bought some fabric. And I bought this fabric. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be like my centerpiece, I thought. But because it has all the right colors, so I hope Cheryl likes this. And she likes, when I think about Cheryl, I've watched a lot of her lives. She's participated in some of ours, and I'm in her group. And so what I know about her is that she likes lace and vintage. But we all wrote a little, secret little thing that what we like and what colors we like. But I knew that she liked that. So I kind of had an idea, and I was like, how can you add lace to quilts? And I was like, and how, I want to do it like a collage, because I love to collage with paper. There's something, I always say, there's something so amazing about cutting and gluing paper. There's something healing about it. And I know she loves to do junk journals and paper crafting. And I thought, is there such a thing? Because I always see those standard quilts with all the crazy patterns and colors. And, I made one with yellow, green, and white, something I wouldn't have even done for myself. I didn't even love all the colors, but it turned out beautiful. And you see all these quilts. So I started going on YouTube, and lo and she said, yes, this is me. Oh, good. I'm going to tell you what, my husband thought I was crazy. I laid it all out. I cut everything out because I've never done this. I wanted to take my time and really audition my pieces and see how I was going to do this and make it all come together. And he was like, that is way too busy. He did not like it. And I thought, well, I'm going to do it anyway, and I'm going to trust the process, and it might not be perfect, but it doesn't matter, because that's not what it's about. It's about us loving one another and getting to know each other and creating something special and unique for one another. Let me take that down. I apologize. And so I went thrifting, and I found pillowcases, and I found jackets, and I'm going to tell you about all the fabrics that I got. Shirts, 2 sheets, something that I don't know if it was a curtain, a quilt, or I don't know what it was. But I know she loves pink, and I love pink, and I went to Hobby Lobby. I got a few laces. I have tons of laces, not like I needed more, but I found some really good pieces. So I found this was a jacket, believe it or not. It really looked like if it was a great grandma's jacket. No offense to anybody, but it's not something I would have ever worn. But it had some appliques, and I had bought some heat bond, which I thought I was trying to find something that was embroidered, but I couldn't find anything. So I thought, you know what? I love the fabric and the texture of this. Can you see that it's kind of like corduroy? Believe it or not, this was like an outside piece to this sweatshirt. It was like a dressed up hoodie. And so it had this applique, and I thought, okay, I'm going to put this in the middle instead of this being my centerpiece. And so I started cutting it out, and I cut it out in this wonky thing because I was just trying to get just the fabric, the floral motif here. And then I finally decided that I think this looks best like this. So this is going to be in the center. And I watched these videos. I started saying this. This is important. I found this video that it was like a collage. I didn't even know it was a thing. I never knew that you could make a quilt like this. And that was like, okay, this is my thing. This is what I think is going to be super fun. So this is going to be sitting here somewhere like this. So guess what I found? Mama P says she likes grandmother designs. I know. I know. We are, well, I'm a grandmother too. So it's no, there's no shame in our game. Guess what I found? A t-shirt that said mama. So I have to have it, and it's in pink. So I cut out, I don't even remember, it was like something about mama, something like hair don't care, don't care, I don't know, it was something. So it took me a while to figure out the placement. But when I watched the video, I watched this one specific video a couple of times with this one lady. She's from the UK somewhere. And she said your centerpiece should be like, to make it interesting, not square, because then it would be like a regular quilt. So this is what makes it kind of interesting. So I am going to put mama right here. And I cut out fusible web. Is that what it's called? Interface. I'm sorry. It's called interface. I've only ever used it one time when I made a journal with Carmen a couple of years ago, and we made a cover using interfacing with paper, brown paper. So this is all new to me, but supposedly this is the rough side and this is the flat side. And so this has like glue dots on it. And I thought I'd need to do this way. I'm going to push this a little bit. So this interfacing, I bought it. It said it was 12 by 30 feet or something like that. It's actually a little bit short. It's 11 and maybe 3/4 or something like that. So I'm glad that I cut all my fabric a little bit larger, and then I will cut it, and then 12 by 12, and then I cut this 12.5 by 12.5, some muslin. But but I also have sheets, and you can have anything as your backing. So the reason we're cutting this 12.5 by 12.5 is, and I've realized that this is wrong, because I cut this on my purple 12 by 12, and I did use my acrylic quilting ruler. Fun fact, I had scored this in a huge haul, and I thought this might come in handy one day, and I'm glad I never threw it away. I've got several. So this is actually 12.5 by 12.5, and this green mat is off by I don't know. It's kind of crazy. So always measure and measure again. So I'm going to use this here. This fabric I thrifted. It was a pillowcase. And when I saw it, I thought, oh, I'm going to definitely use this. Can you see? It's off. It's a creamy color, and it's got this beautiful design. I happen to love like fleur-de-lis. And it's not a fleur-de-lis kind of, but it reminds me of it. I don't know if you can see. Maybe it's a little bit blurry. But anyway, it's like tone on tone. And I had cut this crazy thing out. Hey, Vintage Daisy girl. And I thought this fit perfectly to cover up my cuts. So I need to just line it up so that it goes right in here. I need to remember. Actually, let me do this. And I found pink pins. Pink is my favorite color, like I said. Okay, let me move this. So I am going to use this grid here to line up. I just wanted to get that kind of straight in the middle. So I do have my iron, and I haven't turned it on yet, but I will here in a second. And I figured that I would iron this on. This is a pain. I tried doing this earlier. It's a little bit of a pain. It moves on you. And again, I'm new to this process, but right? We can all do this. Wow, that incorrect marking on the green mat would really mess up projects. Yeah, I had no idea. I use this all the time. and I had no idea that it was off, and I don't understand why it's off, but it's off. So I'm glad that I didn't use this. This is silicone. I usually use this for my paper crafting, but I mean, I've cut off of it. But when I saw it sitting here and I was like, oh, it's not short at all. It's almost 13 by 13. And then I took it back to my purple and I'm like, no, this is the shorter side, but it's perfect because I've got extra fabric and I'm glad that I did that. So don't cut it exactly. Hey, Lydia. Hey, Carol. So I'm going to line this up here, like I said, and then now I don't have to be so careful. Now I can put this here and then I can cut some of this fabric out, whatever I don't need, so that I just have the one layer. But what I want to do is line up my edge, see, so that this is the same height as this. And then now see how my things are covered, but I need to lift this up just slightly because I want to make sure that because this side is the shorter side, I want to make sure that I give myself enough room where I can cut this 12 by 12. And if anything, I could always add some lace or some fabric as a border. Everything is fixable, right? Even sewing, I hope. It doesn't start on 0 in the corner. No, it doesn't. And maybe that's what it is. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point, Capri. That's a really good point. All right. So I'm going to tack this down. This is so exciting because, oftentimes we do things for ourselves. But to do something for somebody else, I think that's pretty special. And to do it your style, I just think that's a unique concept. I don't know where she got this idea from, but I just think this is just such a cool concept. Just trying to make sure. I want her to see all the colors, when it's all said and done, because this is going to get cut a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to tack this right here. I know that there's supposed to be a method to the madness on pinning. I don't know. I know I'm always scared I'm going to get hurt. Like, I'm going to move this one because I would. And these are big. These are sharp. And a lot of times, this is moving a little bit. It moves anyway. All right. So I'm going to... I know you want them to go all the same way so that you know when one is coming at you. All right. But I mean, I could not believe when I found the shirt, because if you've ever been to the Goodwill bins, there's no rhyme or reason. And this one was really sketchy. I think there was a lot of, I don't know, druggy people there. I don't know. It was really weird. It was a weird element. And and everyone was digging. And so I was like, I need pink, I need lace. I want an embroidered tablecloth. I could not find a tablecloth for anything. But I found a dress. They had 2 layers of this pink silky. And then this was on top. Is this not gorgeous? Oh my gosh. I am in love with this fabric. You're going to see me using it in so much. The other day I made a reel. I think I put it on my TikTok, but I may have put it on my Facebook page. Please be sure to follow everybody. Again, you can go on the Crafty Brunch if you're on my page. Go in the Crafty Brunch. The link is right there. Refresh and just follow everybody all day long. You can watch the replays. If we don't finish and we do other videos, we're going to use that hashtag, Patchwork of Friendship, and you can watch everything being done. We have to have them all done by a certain time, and then we have to mail them to our person, and then they're going to show you their piece completely done next month when they open up their live. So look at this. Isn't this beautiful? This is me. I hope she likes it. Oh, she loves the sketchy bins. I had never done it. So another grandma feature. This is funny. This fabric, it's so soft. This was from a jacket, like an old school jacket. It was a Sag Harbor brand, and it had lining, really nice lining. I cut it all up, and because she likes beige, and so I thought I would put this here, but I did it and it was perfect yesterday. And then when I took it apart, I thought, uh-oh, did I cut this right? You know how you do it one time and then, hey, Andrea, and you're like, how did I get that? I can't replicate it. Okay, so that's going to go there. And then this is the other side that I cut from this pillowcase. And I thought, how pretty. But I think I want to cut this extra fabric real quick because it was messing me up just a minute ago when I was practicing. Because I wanted to make sure that I still liked everything in the placement, because I was playing with it not on the fusible web. I was playing with it on the muslin, and then I realized that's a different size. Thank you for following me, Jenny. I appreciate that. Yeah, follow everybody, please. So I'm going to put this right here, and it's all about the angles and making it interesting. Oh, wait, I think I changed my mind. I think this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to add this, but I have to figure this out. I think I wanted this originally, but I was shy a little bit. I have to play with it. We have to figure this out. But this will give us a little bit more of that blue if I do it this way. I'm just going to have to cut it. So now you might be thinking, oh my gosh, like my husband. This is not cute. It's not pretty. He did not like it. I want to make a little line here. I want to cut this. I probably should cut it a little bit bigger. Let me see. I am not good at cutting. Where was that line? Oh, like that. Oh my, where did I put it? Okay, so to here. I'm going to see if I can do it. If not, then I'm just going to have to cut this, cut another piece. Okay, so I wish I could turn this around because I really, okay, I see. I need this to be more straight, actually. There we go. Okay, so you have to kind of decide, you know, it's like collaging, and, you know, what do you want where and what do you want over what? So how you tie it all together, yes, trust the process. Exactly. Thank you. Are you going to use the sewing machine? I have the sewing machine right here because I wasn't sure if I was going to need it. I am going to fuse this onto the backing, but I am going to sew it. How you tie it together is with lace and trims. So I don't remember what I did. So I'm just going to show you. I think this is how I had it. I took a picture last night because I was like, am I going to remember? Because like I said, I like to audition and play with it and see what I'm going to do. Does this go here? So I probably have to bring this. Oh, wait, was this supposed to go all the way across? I may have to cut another piece of that. Cut it differently. And I know Mama P doesn't like bling that much, I think. So I didn't want to bling anything, but then I found this at Hobby Lobby. So like I said, some of the stuff I got thrifting, and then I did bring some extra ones too in case I needed something. I could not find, Christy was before me and she couldn't find something, and I'm like, do this all the time. I wanted my sari silk, and I buy buttloads and buttloads of pink and peachy tone sari silk, and I could not find my stash. I found the stash that I bought to resell, so I've got a lot of washi bundles on my page. They're only $4.50. I think it's 5 yards. So I did find this one that had 2 different color pinks that if I can incorporate it, and oh, I just realized it's just pale blue. Maybe we'll change that out and put some pale blue. I'll look at that. We'll look at it and see together. I bought this one at Hobby Lobby. I absolutely love this. Why is this that long? See, this is the part where I'm like, what was I thinking? I don't know. But maybe this goes here. This one, I love this. I absolutely love this one. I bought this at Hobby Lobby. There's a pin right here. This was $6.99, and I think they were all on sale last week. And it's kind of stretchy. See that? This would make a really beautiful headband. Cheryl's going to love this. I hope so, Carol. I have to execute it, though. You know, I have to. All right. So this one is coming all off apart because when I cut it. So I was thinking here. And then this was supposed to go there. You kind of piece it together. Okay, I still have 15 minutes. I get nervous about the time. I really love this. So I want to incorporate this somehow. But see, that's why I wanted to put this here, because I wanted to show some of that blue. I don't know. Maybe we need to make this one here. I don't know. But let's just put that there. I could always cut this. I really love this one, and I like the way that it looks with this pink. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? And then I had this in my stash. This was from a mystery box. It might have been back in the day when we did that mystery box challenge. This has been a while, but I thought I could put that there or somewhere like that, just to add a fun element. And I had this gold one. Actually, I think this goes here. Not that there's a right or wrong way, but just to add a little element, you know, fun. This might go here. And so that's how you do it. The other way that you could piece this all together is with some decorative stitching. So I've been watching some videos, and I want to practice. So I want to challenge myself to pick up. I have so much embroidery floss, so I want to incorporate some decorative stitching in somebody's 12 by 12. Again, like all of them are going to be different because we're making them for one of our creative friends. So I'm thinking that maybe I can take this, or should I do the blue? Let's look at this. What do you guys think? Should I do this blue right here on this edge? It would just be a little touch of blue. It's really the perfect blue. I like the thin lace to frame out Mama. This one, I love this one. Is that what you're talking about? I love this one. I think this one is tone on tone. Like it's almost the same tone. I don't like this bright pink for this one. I don't know. Or maybe some parts of it might work. Because see, it's like it's dyed. So if you've ever looked at sari silk, you can make it really wide. I was going to iron it and make it thicker. But see how it's like multicolored? So, no, I think this is the wrong color pink. Okay, let me know in the comments right now. Should I do the little patch of blue, or should I do the tone on tone to finish that little piece out? What do you guys think? Yes. Which one is yes? The pink or the blue? So, and I don't even have to answer right now. So what I have to do now is I have 15 minutes. So I'm going to take off all of these pieces, and I'm going to begin the ironing process. But I do have to cut a little bit out of here. Blue. Sue says blue. Okay, I need to close this. I don't want to mark up anything. All right. Oh, I didn't tack that down. And I know you have to be careful with ironing. Babe, they like it. My girls are very supportive right now. Thank you, girl. This is gonna look good. I think it all brings it together. So I need to cut. I wish I could. I guess I could turn it. Oh, I don't have this tacked on, but that's okay. You're leaving? Okay, since it's all tacked, I can kind of move this around. Because I need to, uh-oh. I said it was all tacked. All right. So this goes underneath. And I don't need to cut, I just need to cut those blue leaves, really. Hopefully. And the thing is, you know, the fabric, not the fabric, the trim is going to kind of piece it all together. You know what I mean? So, like, you really can't mess it up in that aspect. And really, I could have cut some of that, but I think it'll be all right. And I will stitch it. I will go around and stitch it. So let's tack this. It's weird looking at it upside down. How did I have this? Like this? I think I'm gonna... see, I can bring this. Because there's gonna be lace. So I think what I like about this is it's just like, you know, paper crafting and collaging. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I guess I need to do it backwards. Upside down is kind of hard to do it. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back so that I can see it and make sure everything is good before we start ironing it. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So I have a heat press, and I have always, even when I iron on decoupage paper, I started a whole thing where everyone started doing it. I did it on a live, and I started cracking up because all of a sudden everybody was doing it. Taking, I'm just going to go like this. So I'm going to leave this edge because I think it's kind of nice to have that. Trim brings crazy quilt. Yeah, crazy quilt. I had never heard that term before, Daryl. So I'm going to leave that there to have a nice straight edge. And I'm going to do this to here. Like that. And I'm not going to, I don't know if it'll mess it up. I guess it doesn't matter because I'm going to have the lace over it. I'm going to put this here on the edge. Okay. So, here goes nothing. I have ironed on my table before, and I have messed up my table. I literally have to redo my table because of all of the crafting. So what I did was I grabbed a board, a wood board. I'm going to have to fix this again. I should have done it on here, but I had moved it. And I just put a drop cloth on it just to, so the fabric wouldn't get dirty because it's just an old piece of wood. And I'm going to, I didn't turn my iron on. Sorry about that. All right, let me move the sewing machine because I'm obviously not going to be using it. Okay, I have Teflon. This is how I iron on decoupage. I iron on anything that I need to iron. and you could use parchment paper, just so that your iron doesn't get messed up. So this is like my handy dandy iron. This is like heavy. It's heavy. So what did I do here? I have got it. Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't turn it on. So I'm going to turn it on to cotton. I really don't know if that's the right answer. They have all been so pretty. Everyone's doing such a great job. Did you see it? Did you guys see Mama P's, like what she did? Oh my gosh. Like, I'm not surprised, honestly. That was incredible. And that was for Chris Hunter. So each one of us, like I said, Christy, who was Christy doing hers for? Now I can't remember. Was it Lindy? I can't remember. Michelle's on after me. I'm doing mine for Cheryl. I can't think of what everybody is doing. So I need to make sure that this is under, because this is not, because I'm using this decorative pillow, this one is not going to have any lace. So this is covering it. So that's the decorative trim. I'm ready to drop out. No, Lydia. No. Okay. So I'm going to take this pin out here. 306. I think I need to move this a little bit. No, this was supposed to be like this. That's what it was. Is this right? Oh, because this is supposed to be all the way out. Okay. See, sometimes, and you know what? Just like when I'm collaging, like a lot of times that's something that I know and I can fluctuate and I can change things up. But my daughter's calling. But with something like this that I've never done before, I am not trying. That's why I wanted to audition it all out and see what I wanted to do. So I'm going to cover this, and I'm going to go ahead and get this tacked down. Just the one part. The silk. And it moved on me, y'all. It did. It moved. That's okay. We're going to be covering it up. All right, so now I'm going to take, I think it's because of the Teflon. Let me maybe just, I don't want to mess up my iron. Oh, I don't want to mess up that Mama P. I'm just going to go like this. I'm going to be careful and try not to get it to move. It lifted up a little bit. Okay, hold on. Worst case, I'll pin it. If now you're scared. Worst case, I will pin it and sew it. So we're going to see. Like I said, I've never used interfacing before, except for that one time for a journal. So I'm going to have to cut this a little bit, I think, because I don't want the Mama P's to, I got something on the fabric. That's what I was worried about. All right, I think it'll be okay. All right, I'm going to, because this was on my heat press, so it should be fine. Shh, shh, shh. Quiet, sir. Quiet. Sorry. My dogs are on high alert. We have puppies that we bred, and they're always on high alert when there's puppies. Yes, you will do great, Lydia. You will absolutely do great. I'm going to take all the pins out because I'm afraid that... All right. All right, let's see. I don't know if the heat will mess up that button, so I'm a little bit anxious to hit that with the iron. So that applique, so I'm looking at it. So at some point, I don't know if I'll come live or I might just upload a video of finishing this off. And then, like I said, we have to mail it so that they'll have it in time for the next live that we do, the next page hop. This interface is so cool. So again, so this helps me to have just, well, that didn't work. But this is really cool. I need to get this down a little bit more. You know what? I don't think I hit it much with the iron. Let me see if I can just do this like this with the edge. And I love the uniqueness. Like Cheryl keeps saying, it's not about fabric, it's about friendship. In this case, since I am using fabric, I love the textures and the different elements. I think next time I might use parchment. Maybe this is too thick for this. I don't know. You tell me if you guys have used interface before. What's the best way to use it? I was going to test this out before I went live. My cat had an emergency last week. It scared me, literally. Scared me so bad. I thought someone had attacked him, but he had gotten stuck. I had gotten him a new collar and he got stuck. He had to have emergency surgery. It was really bad. So anyway, I came home today. I have a radio show called the Shop Local Show. Came home from the show and I was like, I want to get straight to this. I want to get ready. I want to work on this for Cheryl. And you get nervous doing something new. And I looked at him, and then I realized his paw was over 3 times the size of his other paw. And we had realized over the weekend, of course, that he had a bandage on him. But I thought it was just a bandage from where they, stuck him with the IV. He was shaved. They left the IV in his leg. And I didn't realize it till the weekend. And so I forgot to call this morning because I was so worried about this event and getting ready and making sure I knew what I was doing. And I had to rush him to the vet so they could take it off. But the good thing is I was supposed to take him next week for the removal of all his staples. He had staples from here to here. Oh, and I have to give him antibiotic. As a matter of fact, I need to give him his antibiotic. And let's look at this on the square on here. And so I had to rush him. And she's like, okay, well, we went ahead and took everything off so you don't have to come back. I'm like, well, unfortunately, I have to come back tomorrow because I've got puppies that need their 6-week shots. That's my life. That's my world. Anyway, okay, so this is what we have it. It's all stuck. It looks like it's all stuck. Not here. Here's not stuck. So I need to get that stuck down. Then I can sew on all of my stuff. Oh, and before I sew that on, I think what I'm going to do is stitch this on. So I'm going to cover. There's one edge that I liked better than the other that was a little bit straighter. I think it was this one, yeah. So I'm gonna sew this all around, and then I will cut out my 12 by 12. And then I will go back and I will figure out how to position. I want to say maybe this was here. Position everything. I have to figure it out. So just to show you again, this is what we're doing. It's 3:14. Guys, I want to thank you for joining me for this special time of Patchwork of Friendship. And don't forget to follow all of the creatives. It's an all-day thing. This is going to be so much fun. I think this one goes here. I think that's what I was doing. And I don't know. I need to look at this. I need to look at this a little bit better. I wanted this one somewhere, but maybe I don't need it. We'll see. We'll play with it. And then every month, like I said, this is an all-year thing that we're going to be doing. Every month, we're going to send something to one of our friends, And it just helps us to get to know one another, and it helps us to love on one another. I like to pray over things that I create for people. So I am definitely going to take, thanks, Lindy. Take some time to pray over it. And then we had to sign our name. I absolutely love what Cheryl did on hers and how she signed it. I actually have a Lisa Boone Design stamp. So that's why I left this open, because I can stamp my name, my business name on here. And I think that's a great idea because you're going to get so many from so many people. You may not remember a couple of years who gave it to you. So what a great way to commemorate all of this and this collaboration and this union and this friendship. And anyway, Michelle from Michelle Bell Creations, she's up right now. So go just refresh your page and you can make sure you follow everybody, okay? I can't wait to show you the progress of this. Don't forget hashtag